Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining our dynamic chat with Marketo session today. My name is Brandon Schulte, and I'm the VP of Sales and Marketing Technology Services here at Xeris. We're a longtime Adobe partner, and I've been in business for 38 years and based in the Midwest in Des Moines, Iowa. We work with roughly 100 plus Marketo customers per year and Adobe clients with other products as well. So excited to have the opportunity to present to you today. I'd like to take a minute to introduce Ethan Olson, who will be giving the demo here in a little while. So I'll let him say hi, and then we'll jump into the presentation.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. Hey, guys. Ethan Olson, and I've been a solutions consultant at Xeris here for a long time. I've worked with Marketo and Dynamic Chat for quite a bit, and I've also worked with some middleware implementations in Salesforce as well. So just happy to share my knowledge with you guys today and eager to get started.
Great. And then as we jump into the presentation, just a couple housekeeping items. Feel free to use the Q&A section for any questions that you have as we go along. We certainly will be happy to answer those. And then following the session, we'll give opportunity for questions as well. So definitely feel free to pepper us with questions as you go. And then we'll also leave our contact information at the end of the presentation as well. And we'd be happy to answer any questions or demo the product to you more specifically or to your wider teams as well after the session as well. Ethan, if you want to move the slide forward. So the last member of our crew that's on is Reagan Gordon. She is our account executive and partnership manager with all Adobe products. So if we're fortunate enough to have conversations about potentially working with you, she'll be involved as well. All right, jumping into the presentation, we're going to start off by going through the dynamic chat value proposition. So as Marketo customers, hopefully you know that the base version of dynamic chat is included with all subscriptions. So it's there. It's easily able to be set up as we'll go through here during the demonstration today. So we'll kind of talk through the value that you get out of it right away. We'll also go through some of the packages and features. So kind of what's included on the freemium version, if you will, as part of your subscription, what the paid version of Dynamic Chat Prime looks like, and kind of the different features that you have in each. And then we'll spend the bulk of the time today going through the live demo. So Ethan's going to jump into a Marketo QA site as well as our own version of Dynamic Chat to kind of show you what a user would see from a Dynamic Chat perspective, and then also what you as a marketing professional creating chat for your customers would use within the interface to be able to set up those cadences and nurture journeys as somebody's on your site. And then again, like I said, at the end, we'll definitely save some time for questions as well. All right, so jumping into some of the key things that Dynamic Chat gives you is, first and foremost, it's included with your subscription. We work with so many clients, and obviously as Marketo customers, you understand the rich feature set that Marketo brings to the table. The fact that this is on the subscription is a huge value add for you. It's very quick to set up. Now, some of the journeys and things like that, like as you kind of think through what an experience is and how you nurture somebody, that can take a little while from a strategic standpoint to set up. But as you'll see, like the technical piece is fairly straightforward. All the features that you see in Dynamic Chat, you're going to see in Marketo to be able to interact with people that have engaged with Dynamic Chat in your different smart lists and things like that. It's also super easy to add the ability to create conversational forms and book meetings while people are on your site. So I know this is something that's been super value for us as a company, leveraging this feature. So, one of the things that as marketers is probably the most difficult is to get somebody to fill out a form. Being able to use Dynamic Chat to maybe capture information that you need and get leads in kind of a different, maybe more conversational way is hugely important and can provide a lot more inbound pipeline to your company. The other thing is that you really have exclusive Marketo engagement capabilities built in within the platform that Ethan will show. So, I know there's other products on the marketplace that have been around for a while that have chat features, whether that be, a sales chat type product or even like a customer service chat. But all of those are, while they each have pros and cons, they're not going to integrate with Marketo the same way that this does. So like you as a marketing team are going to have the ability to really, control that customer's destiny with your brand. And then lastly, generative AI is something that's hugely important. Obviously, all technology companies are making investments in that right away and right now. Uh, Marketo is no different, but this is one of the feature sets on the product where they've really taken it to another level. To be able to use generative AI, especially when you have live chats, to be able to give customer service personnel or salespeople answers different questions and suggestions as they go along. So really being able to leverage the power of the platform is hugely important. So moving into the next slide, some of the reasons why conversational sales are more important than ever. Obviously, as marketers, you realize the complexities that you face from a channel management perspective. Obviously more and more channels coming in all the time. Being able to break through the clutter and the noise as customers are learning about your company and differentiating you from your competitors and moving forward through the buying process. But we kind of really distilled down to like three things that dynamic chat really helps give you a leg up over your competition. So first and foremost is the trust factor. Obviously, as you get more Gen Z folks coming in the workplace, and even millennials, and other generations for that matter, that I may or may not be a part of, without dating myself, you can really communicate in a method that people feel comfortable with. It's also a little bit less stress. Like if I'm filling in my information onto a form, like there's can be some trepidation sometimes there, right? Like, do I really want to be emailed by these people, that type of thing? Whereas with chat, maybe it's a lower barrier of entry to do that engagement. The second thing is it gives users the ability to kind of control their path. So, like if you're like most marketers, like your site navigation and site mapping is hugely important to what you're doing. But this really gives the customer the ability to kind of choose their own adventure on your site while you're kind of giving them suggestions on where to go. So, are they ready to talk to a salesperson? Do they want to look at some content? Are they looking for case studies? And you can kind of give them different options to allow them to kind of choose that own adventure, but really being able to put your best foot forward. And then last but not least, I mean, obviously speed is something that we're, as busy professionals, we all worry about. Your customers are no different. So as the, time span or attention span of humans has decreased over time with technology, this is a way to have them quickly get answers so they, don't go move on and look at something else. So this gives you really the ability, like it says, to strike while the iron's hot. All right, for the next slide. So, the other thing that we've seen from our customers, we have a lot of customers that have implemented this, is, really adding conversations and real time chat can really help your marketing acquisition strategy. I think we're all familiar with, kind of the lead funnel that you see there, and just how difficult and how big of a job it is for us as marketers to move people along, and any tool in your tool belt that will help you ultimately do that better, faster, quicker, reduce the sales cycle has a lot of value. And dynamic chat through Marketo really gives you a couple different ways to reach people. So there's obviously those guided conversations where you kind of come up with the chatbot version of these are kind of the paths you go down, and it kind of answers questions. But new that was released about a year ago, the ability to bring in those live conversations. So maybe somebody asked something about security or pricing or something like that, where you don't want the chatbot to answer that. You want to put them on the line with somebody that can give them the correct answer. Being able to kind of blend that chat experience and that live experience in a hybrid form is certainly important. And then last but not least, really being able to bring in that generative AI, whether that's with a chat bot, like looking at your site and teaching the model of what the right answer is for the right question, not dissimilar to kind of your site search, right? When somebody types in a term on your search, they're going to come back a list of responses, and dynamic AI chat works very similar to that, right? It looks at it could be a SharePoint site, it could be your website, it could be any piece of information that you allow it to learn on, and then ultimately we'll start spitting out the right thing based on like a search query would. So being able to do that, it really allows you to kind of meet customers in all the different ways they can do while really adding efficiency to your business and driving the lead conversion. So a couple high level features, and then I'll get you over to Ethan to kind of talk through the platform. So some of the value adds that we really see is, really being able to, have the conversation built into your website, very easy to add in terms of JavaScript, You can match the branding on your site, your design to be able to bring it in. Leveraging all the AI and Adobe Sensei to really power those cross-channel conversations that people might be coming to you from a paid or a webinar like this or some other reason that they're on your site, being able to understand where they're at and quickly route them to the right place for their needs. The conversational forums and the booking tool, like I said, we've seen a huge amount of value for that. That's a differentiator, and it doesn't mean you need another platform, whether it be a Calendly or something like that to handle for that. I know there's a few other tools on the market that just do that piece, but having all built into one system and getting more out of the technology you have, to not have to buy another one or manage another one is hugely successful. And then really bringing in the sales value. So, salespeople generally are excited when they get these type of leads because they're more engaged maybe than a traditional lead. It's more engaged than some of the people they see on a regular basis or using lead scoring. This person was specifically asking questions. They specifically wanted to do things. They've been engaging. There's more intel that you're getting from a form. Maybe you're getting a few hidden fields and maybe 5, 6, 7 fields of data. You're seeing what they looked at, what they asked for, what type of assets they looked at. So just giving you a better value proposition for your sales teams to really help convert those customers from an MQL to an SQL, and hopefully an opportunity to sale down the road as well. And then last but not least, there's a lot of great reporting that you can see to kind of see how the effectiveness of the different programs that you're using, and how conversational chat is ultimately driving demand for your business. All right. So as far as the features go, we covered that the Select package is going to be included with your subscription. That's going to include up to 25 calendar integrations. You're going to get 5 agents that can do the live chats. You're going to get 250 conversations per month. When somebody clicks on the button, that considers a conversation. And then you're going to get 100 engaged conversations where they're filling out dynamic forms and things like that. The Prime version bumps you up to give you just more of the same. So you get more users, more conversations. There's different tiers of what you have. So we have some customers that are on the base tier, some are on the higher level tiers. So you can really kind of scale up as needed. And we always tell people, especially right out of the get-go, try it for what it is. And if you find that it's working so well that you need to buy more, that's a good problem to have as you go forward. And then the other piece that is included in Dynamic Chat Prime is the AI piece. That's an added feature on there. So you can do some AI things within the tool, but the AI with the learning and the different things like that, whether it's live chat or dynamic chat, that is separate. Obviously there's that integration. I talked a little bit about this, but and Ethan's going to show this, how you can bring those different activities in to see, have they engaged in things, how they fill out a conversational form, what paths have they gone down. You're able to bring those right into Smart List to execute in other marketing functions, whether you're adding them to a paid campaign, you're sending them an email, you're adding an SMS message, adding them to a campaign, things like that. And then the live chat is going to be included with all the versions. So if you have the ability to do that, you certainly can do that. We have some customers that do live chat, some that have it all AI. It's totally up to you. And then you're also going to get those conversational forms as well to be able to book those appointments. So those are kind of the core features that we have with Dynamic Chat Prime. And then with that, I think I'm going to turn it over to Ethan for the demo.
All right. Thanks, Brandon. Thank you all for coming today. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy days. But as Brandon mentioned, I'll just be showing you guys the hands-on of Dynamic Chat today. You saw about everything about Brandon talking about why you should get it, but we can talk about the actual features and how they work. So we can start off with a quick demo. This is Adobe's demo page for Dynamic Chat. So we can start off with what Dynamic Chat is. You can see here I just clicked Learn About Marketo Engage after it welcomed me to the page. And it's here to answer any questions. This is what it responds with. So just enter a message of something like, can you tell me more about the features? So this is that, I'm showing this because this is AI part that our current Dynamic Chat does not have. So you can see I hit it with a question that's not a pre-selected question. For this one, I selected that as multiple choice, but in this case, I had the option as a message to say whatever I'd like, and this is the AI powered response going with that. As you can see, this is the non-AI powered response, as we have 3 different responses it's giving, and we have workflows for each one of those. So I just wanted to quickly show that AI part for the dynamic chat, because we don't have that currently, as we just have the basic package for ours. But yeah, pretty cool, as you can throw any kind of question at it, and it's able to, based on machine learning, based on all of the different questions it's already received, it's able to give you a quick answer here for you, so you can learn more about Marketo Engage or whatever product that you guys are selling. And then also I can show you guys here, if I click connect me with an agent as well, it's going to ask me for my email address. You guys will get this after the call anyways, but there it is. And it's going to quickly connect me with an agent. This is just a demo, so I'll show you guys what it looks like from the back end when it actually connects you to an agent. But there's a couple of different features utilizing the AI feature, as well as the connecting to an agent feature. So you see the front end, but now we can dive into the back end side of things. So here is dynamic chat. We'll first be going through the dialogues of dynamic chat, how that all works. But it's pretty similar to a Marketo instance, where it's got everything here on the left side, all of your navigation here on the left side. So if we click dialogues, we're here in the dialogues, and we'll see our webinar example for you guys. So the very first tab, again, very similar to Marketo Engage, we're navigation on the left and then navigation on the top within that. So here, very first on this first tab, we can narrow down our audience. So in this case, we have our target audience as people that are visiting these specific websites. If you want to separate your different dialogues for different kind of websites, what we currently have is our data analytics part of our website is, having a different conversation with customers compared to our marketing analytics or anything like that. So you can see here, you can target on the URLs. You can also target on any event, whether you want to target on the time they spent on a site or anything like that. You can create that as an event. If they spend more than a certain amount of seconds, then we can change that. Or it's like I already have here, but if they spend more than 1 second on our site, we can move that as an event as well, excuse me. And then lastly here, we have attributes that we can narrow down on as well. Whether you want to narrow down on certain industries, we can do that, drag and drop an industry here. So if an industry is any kind of example, we can do that as well and add them to groups. Now we can go into the fun part of it, which is the stream designer. That was just narrowing down who we would like to market to. Now we can, same thing as, a smart list and a flow. So it's the who and then the what. So here is the stream designer. You can see it's kind of based on flows. So here is where the person would start. It's welcoming them, and then it's asking them an A or B question. Based on the answer to that question, A, B, or C, it's moving them down different flows. So whatever is most relevant to your business, on whether you're trying to, in our case, we're trying to see what part of the business they're most interested in. So we're asking them, which one are you most interested in? And based on that, we're connecting them to someone in our company. So obviously the end goal with dynamic chat is to either get them to book a meeting with your company or get them to be engaged with your company, whether it's sending them an email or booking a meeting with one of your salespeople. That is our end goal at all of these, is book a meeting or route to live chat. So we can see here we have a built out flow of many different one of these nodes, I call them, nodes, boxes, whatever you would like to call them, actions. So we have whether you'd like to shoot them a message. If you would like to ask them a question, you can see that here. So we're asking them a question at the start, and then we're asking them another question after they answer that one. And then we can also just offer them messages as well. It doesn't always have to be questions. And a couple other things, we can have an info capture part. So if you're asking for their email, you saw on that Adobe demo, we're asking for their email, we can have that as an info capture there. Whether you're just asking for first name, last name, any information on that. Obviously, that's a great way for you to get a customer engaged and to get their information. It's just asking them that information in dynamic chat. We also can set goals, which I'll show you the importance of setting goals within Marketo after this. We can set a goal of a book meeting we have here. So that's obviously our end goal, is to get in front of the customer and talk to them about who we are and what what we do. So we set a goal there, and then within Marketo, we have some tracking as well. And just a couple other ones, whether you want to change the conditional branching or change the conversational flow. So basically a very easy to use intuitive tool here, as we can just drag and drop and add all of these different nodes in. You can also drag around the nodes to move them to where you would like them to be, and also connect them as well. So very intuitive, and you can basically act or put yourself in the shoes of the consumer and have them go through a bunch of different flows. Brandon, did you have something to add there? Didn't want to cut you off.
No.
Good. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, that's basically everything with the flows. I can show you guys kind of how these work within our actual demo instance. So in this case, you can see we're starting off with a hello there right when they click, and we're asking them one of 3 questions. You can see that here. It's asking one of these 3 questions after this question. You can see it move through there. So if we were to ask or respond with, can you connect me with one of your experts? I can click that here, and it's going to go through, can you connect me with one of their experts flow? So it's going to bring them down this way. So at first is going to ask me for that email address. Here's that info capture part. So I'll put in my email address again. And then it's going to bring me to that book a meeting node, and that's also going to set a goal for that. So pretty cool, as you can just say, here's my email address, and I'd love to schedule a meeting with you guys. And just from dynamic chat itself, from the chat node, you can schedule a meeting. Simple as that. So now we have a meeting with Georgia Porter, which is one of our great consultants here at Cirrus. And another great thing is the live chat. So if someone is tired of talking to a chat bot or talking through those, I can refresh this and we can go through this second node here, where instead of selecting, can you connect me with one of your experts, I'm going to select, is Cirrus a good fit for our organization? All right, so then I selected as a good fit for our organization, and we're going to go through the marketing automation track. See here, after we click the marketing automation track, we have a message for our customers about marketing automation. We have a couple links that they can click to visit our website in other ways. And then it's going to ask you again for that company email to make sure we're getting information on the person that is clearly involved and interested in our company. Then another goal will be set as well, if someone is engaging in our marketing technology branch. And it's going to ask them to set a meeting with our relationship manager, Regan, say thank you for speaking with us today, and then route us to a live agent. Obviously, this isn't the best example, as you would probably be asking for a live agent, but you can see here now within the live agent inbox, I can see myself here. So if you have a bunch of people that are managing the live agent inbox, you can see here it is waiting to connect to an agent, and you can write a message to the person. After I mark this up available.
And he got the no agent available, but had it been active, it would have come up. So I think he's trying to refresh that to show what it looks like in the UI.
Guys.
Fun of a live demo, right?
Yep. I haven't had it load for me yet today, but this is the time for that. So we'll move on to the Marketo part while it's doing that. So we're just trying to show what it would look like from the live agent side. So we'll show that later. So within Marketo, we also can track based on those goals. We can do a bunch of different actions based on the interaction with that dynamic chat. It integrates with Marketo, of course. So I have a bunch of examples here, and you can show them on the right side as well. All the different triggers and filters that you're able to use with dynamic chat, whether it's if someone engages with a dialogue, maybe you want to start sending them emails or add them to a nurture stream, whether someone actually engages in an agent conversation, which is what I was trying to show you guys there. or they reach that dialogue goal, which is the main thing that is referencing back to Marketo is if they reach that goal, maybe we're going to either change their lead score, or we're going to start sending them certain emails, add them to a nurture stream, and things like that. So many different filters and triggers that you can use based on all of that information, all of that activity that you're getting from dynamic chat. And you can see you guys all know about flows, so we could change the score. We could send them an email or things like that. But many different things you can do with the dynamic chat activities. And also, I wanted to quickly show you guys that you not only can put it on your website, you can put it on Marketo landing pages. So we see here, you guys probably recognize this Marketo landing page. And we have our dynamic chat here at the bottom right. So it's pretty easy to add it to the landing page. Same thing as a website where you add the JavaScript. This is still... There it goes. Okay. And in the JavaScript as well, we're able to see right here, same thing as kind of embedding a Marketo form where you copy that JavaScript and add it to your Marketo landing page template at the top of the HTML. And it's just that simple as adding a dynamic chat to either your website or Marketo landing page.
And Ethan, just confirm, but you should be able to add it as a, either like in WordPress or directly under your site page or via tag manager too, correct?
Yep. Good point there. A couple other things. You can see we had a very nicely styled live chat there that wasn't out of random. We had our designers create that for us, and you can create all of the different and edit all of the different ways you want your chatbot to look based on all of this. So these are just colors that you can edit. You also can edit the different font size, what the avatar looks like. We've got a little robot here for our avatar. You can edit that, of course, to your brand guidelines. One other thing I wanted to show quickly was how you can configure it for your calendar. So I have this connected to my calendar here. Whether they want to, if they book a meeting with somebody, it's connected to my calendar to have that as well. And then you also can have your meeting availability here, whether you want to adjust that so it's not the same as your calendar. Right now it's just pulling from my calendar, but I also can add that I'm unavailable on this Monday or this Tuesday. And lastly, I can add my live chat availability. That's why I was switched to unavailable because I didn't adjust that for today's. But you can see that here now. Just start that over. But well, you can kind of see from this view what it looks like to be a live agent. You're replying to these people. They're replying through the dynamic chat, and you're replying through here. So you can write a message to them, and they'll reply back. Pretty simple there. All right, so after the stream designer, there also is reporting within this. We're not going to have great reporting for our demo environment, of course, but you can kind of see here. These are all of my engagements within our demo environment. It's all shooting up here today. But you can see it's pretty good reporting as you can look at your engagement rate and see how many people are actually going all the way through your flow. That's obviously the key or the goal of this, as we can see. We also can see the conversion rate, or whether we're acquiring people, we're booking meetings, or we're reaching those goals. You can see those goals reached there. We can also see our reporting here at the bottom, whether we want to see how the reporting is doing throughout the different months based on total triggered, based on engaged people, completed the flow people, a bunch of different things we can look at based on our analytics to continue to improve that stream designer and make sure that we're converting as many people as possible. And that's really all I had with the stream designer. And then lastly, we can move on to the settings tab within this dialog. So of course you can name it, but the main thing here is you can see when I was refreshing that page, it's starting that dynamic chat over, starting from square one, but that is because I have it set in the engagement settings. So you can either have it in the settings where you want to show once per visitor. When they complete that dialog, it's not going to start over when they refresh the tab. For demo purposes, I chose it to show every time that the user refreshes the page. So I can show you guys a bunch of different examples here, but those are the settings in dynamic chat. So pretty simple UI. It's a drag and drop that we all love, and it's very easy to edit the different streams, whether we want to change different things. You can click on a node and change what it says within it. It's all very intuitive and easy to use. Right. And then lastly, we can go to the integrations and just see the different integrations, whether it's the third-party integrations and the Marketo Engage integrations. We're showing the different attributes that are integrating with our Marketo Engage. Obviously, we have to pull based on those attributes that I was showing you guys at the very beginning. We have to integrate with Marketo to pull those attributes. So that's really all I have with dynamic chat and with Marketo, so we can move on back to the slides here. Okay, and one last thing, as I mentioned at the very beginning, is that we don't have generative AI in that demo instance, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about that very quickly. So you can see here, one main difference with generative AI is you get this generated responses node. So this generated responses node is pretty similar to the multiple choice, but it's going to be able to, like I showed you with that Adobe demo, when you put in a question that is one that is not selected, but based on a multiple choice, it's able to respond and seem like an actual human being when it's responding to you. So you're not seeming like an automation, you're an automation track. So pretty cool stuff there is you can have it constantly learn. Most companies have people asking, the same questions, whether we're always asking Marketo, what are the features of Marketo? It's able to learn from that and automate a response that is best for the customer. So you can see here, we have an assisted responses screen here with all of the different questions that people are asking. And we have a status of needing to review that question. Then you can type a response you would like the AI chatbot to be saying each time. So it can learn and better react to those questions when it's being asked. We have like 10 different questions here that it wants us to ask, and we can automate the different responses that it's going to have. And also, one great thing about the AI is that it's also going to give you a conversational summary. Some of you might have a meeting chatbot that summarizes the meeting and stuff like that. Same exact thing where it's going to summarize that conversation I had with the customer. You can see in this case, it's showing, yes, this person was interested in the key features of Marketo Engage, whether it's those smart lists, dynamic chat, all of that. And it's going to show the different discussed topics as well as the visitor's name and their email. So pretty cool is you don't have to go through and see everything that the customer did. It's giving you a conversational summary to save time, and also to save time it's having you answer those questions ahead of time. So that's just the one thing I couldn't show within our, as Brandon mentioned, that's within the premium package. We just have the basic package within the demo. So I wanted to make sure you guys saw that as well, as it's a pretty cool feature. Now we can take some time for questions.
Yeah, if there's any question in the chat, please send those through. We have somebody checking on them because we're not able to see them here right now, but we would love to definitely talk to you about dynamic chat and see how we might be able to assist your organization to leverage this great feature. So there's my contact information if you want to either call, email, or reach out to me on LinkedIn or Reagan as well. We'd love to talk to you about dynamic chat. And we'll hang on here for a couple minutes for any other questions that may come through. Otherwise, we really appreciate your time this afternoon and look forward to hopefully helping you guys engage and leverage dynamic chat going forward. Have a great afternoon.